How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. My name is Jake, and today, in case you were wondering, we're going to be replacing these old halogen bulbs on my international dump truck, hopefully with some brand new, really bright LED ones. Stay tuned. So a couple weeks ago, a fine gentleman from the company Auxbeam reached out to me and asked me if I would like to try out some of their products. Now, I am familiar with Auxbeam. If you are not, they are an LED light manufacturer. They make all sorts of headlights and lights, light pods, light bars, everything for off-road use and commercial, like on-highway use. All sorts of different like stock plug-and-play replacement bulbs and, light fixtures and everything. So they had me choose a couple products that I would like to, try. And the first product is these LED, oh, sorry, there's some glare there. These LED direct replacement, I think they were like 5x7 inch or 4x6 or something like that. Plug and play lights for the international dump truck. Now in these two boxes, there are two sets of, I believe, 9-inch, just bright white floodlight LED light bars. That are going to go both on the back of the dump truck as backup lights and on the back of the dump trailer as backup lights. Let me open those up and show you what they look like. So again, another nifty Auxbeam sticker. Looks like some mounting instructions. And yeah, here are the lights themselves. There are two of them in each box, so these should work out great for backup lights on both the trailer and on the dump truck. Currently, the dump truck just has the stock like little single bulbs built into the brake and rear turn signal lights, so they're not very bright, and the dump trailer doesn't have any sort of backup lights at all. So it's actually really hard to back that thing up at night because it's so long, the thing is all black, and a lot of the time I'm backing it up into kind of tight spots. So I figured if I could tie in some rear backup lights into that 7th pin, because it's a 7-pin wiring harness on the trailer, that center pin is for auxiliary. So I'm gonna have to do a little figuring on how to do that, but I'd love to have some backup lights mounted up on the log arch to illuminate the way when I back that trailer up at night. But for now, we in this video are gonna be focusing on installing these lights. Now, they look a little funky. I don't know how they're gonna look on the old, they look pretty like modern, if you know what I mean. They might look a little funny on the truck, but you know what? The lights on the truck are so dim and just, old, antiquated, that these LED lights should be a vast improvement over what we have stock. So I think, from what I can tell, all we're gonna need is a Phillips head screwdriver, and I'm hoping that this will be a pretty easy install. So let's go check it out. Okay, guys, so from what I can tell, it's just these, like, 1, 2, 6 screws that hold this whole light fixture thing in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start taking these out. Like one, yeah. I see. Okay. So we gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Just got this new set of I think it was 8 or 10 new screwdrivers from Tecton. I've been buying their tools lately just because they're pretty quality and super reasonably priced. I'll put a link in the description for these bad boys, but I really like them. I've gotten a couple different types of pliers from them, some socket extensions, and these screwdrivers, and all of it has been super reasonably priced and seem to be pretty well built. So I'm a fan. Try and fish this wire out, but yeah, that looks like it. It's just this 3-prong plug here. This thing could definitely stand to be cleaned up. So let me clean that up. But before we get ahead of ourselves, here is the plug that comes with the headlight, and no real indication of what's the top or the bottom. But there's also this other wire which I'm not quite sure what that would be for. So I guess we'll find out. But first things first, I'm gonna clean up this connection in there because it's really dirty. Now this truck is a 1992, so obviously it is, it's actually a year older than I am. But you can see this plug is pretty messed up in there, gunked up. So I'm gonna spray that out and then throw some dielectric grease in there. Can't hurt. Okay, so I cleaned that up a little bit. Again, I'm not sure if there's like a top or a bottom to these things. I'm just gonna kind of remove this film here and hope for the best, but just based on the way that it looks, I feel like the wire should be I don't know. See, I'm noticing this bar on the bottom. So maybe that should be on the top to cut your high beams from going too far. Maybe I'll put this on the bottom first to try it out. Let's try that. So I'm just gonna spray a little dielectric grease in there. Okay, so yeah, with the wire at the bottom. Well, that plugs right in like that. Again, I don't know what that little red wire is for, but I guess we will find out whether or not they work. Now, this wire is kind of long, so I'm just gonna kind of tuck it back in there like so. And now take my bezel, holds the light in place, put it around like that, and I have it upside down. Okay. See, like actually that rupture. So let's try that. It's in there though. Fits pretty well. So let's give it a shot. Oh yeah, they work. So I guess that's the low beam. Let me try the high beam. High beam works too, so that looks pretty good. Wow. It's kind of blinding me actually. Okay, now I know the daytime is not the best time to be doing this as far as a light comparison. I will come out later once it gets dark, but I mean, you can just see the difference of like the halogen versus the LED. Okay, first light all done. Hopefully it'll be adjusted the right way. If not, I'll have to take this apart again and you know, readjust the angle. But I mean, these look like old GE halogen lights, just like you see on a lot of stock trucks. These were adjusted well, they just weren't all that bright. So I'm hoping these will remain adjusted in the correct position as well. So let's go do the second one. That was easy. I'm going to put a link for this dielectric grease in the description below as well, because this stuff is awesome. If you guys have ever worked with dielectric grease, this stuff, you know, it usually comes in like a toothpaste kind of tube or like a bottle with a brush, and you kind of got to brush it on, or if it's in the tube, you got to squeeze it out and then like wipe it around with your finger or something. It gets all over the place and the stuff is all greasy. You know, obviously dielectric grease. But in this tube, it comes like pressurized or something. You just pull or push down this little tab and it comes out, and you can adjust how fast it comes out. It says like max and min right there. So this stuff has been awesome. I bought a couple cans of this off of Amazon, and I just find myself using it so much more now on all my electrical trailer connections and everything, because it's so much easier to use than the old style tube. So link for this in the description. Looking good, looking really, really bright. Well, all right, guys, there we have it. The Auxbeam direct replacement lights for these international. I mean, this is an LP 4700, but I'm pretty sure most of these older internationals and even like a lot of bigger trucks and Jeeps and stuff have these. I think they're 4x6 or 5x7, they call them, but regardless, Auxbeam has the two different sizes, you know, the generic sizes for these rectangular headlights. So ease of installation, that was a breeze. It was literally like 12 screws, no big deal. They plugged right in. I still don't know what those little red wires were for with the like little pan connector on there, but they work. The high and low beams work, so we're just gonna wait for it to get dark to actually go out and test them out. But you know, major improvement over these older halogen ones, and all we needed was literally like Phillips head screwdriver, wire brush, dielectric grease. Super, super easy and quick. So I give them a 10 out of 10 as far as ease of installation. You can kind of see now, you know, like the lights look super modern and the truck is obviously older. But you know, who really cares what it looks like as long as it works and makes money. So we will check back in once it gets dark and do a little headlight, you know, test here and maybe take it for a quick rip down the road. So stay tuned. Well, guys, here we are after dinner, and it is officially dark. We are going to take a look at these here headlights. Let me hop up in the cab and show you. It's pretty impressive. So here we go. These are my low beams. These are my high beams. Low beam, high beam. Let me hop out. So, as you can see, I mean, we are spreading. They have a great, you know, angle to them. They go pretty far out. We got the IBC totes here, but you know, it's even lighting up the trees way off to the side. I mean, that big oak tree is probably a good 40 feet off to the side of the road. These things are definitely bright, and they go up pretty high. And that's just that little center like strip there. I don't know if you guys can tell. Kind of see better here. That's just that center strip. So now, if I come in, hit the old floor push button for the high beams. Now the entire light is lit up, as you can see. And these things, oh my goodness. These things mean business. Auxbeam, well done. Well, all right, guys, that's going to be it for this one. As you can tell from that little test outside, those Auxbeam headlights are super powerful. I'm really excited to drive the truck for the first time at night out on the road to really see how they do. But from just driving it down on the little woodyard road, I'm very impressed with the way that they project and how bright they are and everything. As I mentioned before, I think I might be getting other cars flashing their headlights at me because they might be a little bit too bright. As I mentioned in the beginning, Auxbeam reached out to me, asked me if I wanted to test some products. They sent me, these headlights after I chose them off their website, as well as these little light bars that I'm going to be using for backup lights on both the trailer and the international dump truck. So I'm excited to install those. So definitely look for a future upcoming video. I know everybody loves putting headlights and LED light bars and stuff on their tractors and ATVs and trucks. So I thought it would be a good mesh. But that's about going to wrap up this video here. I really appreciate Auxbeam sending these things out to me. If you like the video, give me a big old thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. Any questions, comments, or feedback, throw it down in the comments section below. Don't forget to look in the description for a link to the Auxbeam website. You can buy all sorts of different really cool lights. But for now, I'm Jake. This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here next time.